close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Now, it's that time again, and Beyond Limits is here to inspire you. Now, set aside those 30 minutes and let's have a different conversation that is going to bring a change into your life. We are at as you can see, the Royal Tulip Hurlingham. The ambience is awesome. It's amazing. The reception is beautiful. It's homely, it's cozy, and it's definitely going to give you that class that you need. And we're bringing you this show tonight from this place. It's going to be an amazing experience because on top of being at the Royal Tulip Hurlingham, we have an amazing guest. Literally the most sought out Kenyan bachelor, and this evening he's going to be inspiring you and giving you a different conversation. Now, I know it's the era of the pandemic, but the Royal Tulip here in Hurlingham has made sure that every detail is well taken care of, so you'll be safe. Let's go. Now, there is a time in history that success was actually an equivalent of good grades. That is, the A grades were an equivalence of success. And this is because they were proof for qualifications. Then the world discovered that 20% of UK's entrepreneurs and 35% of US's most successful entrepreneurs were actually dyslexics. Now, the world had to redefine qualifications. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. My name is Aquino Kosgei, and this is Beyond Limits. The hashtag is on and alive. You can talk to us. And this evening, this night, our host is here to prove one thing, that maybe the world has to redefine qualifications in a different way. He's a living proof that bravery, self-belief, positivity, creativity, and sheer energy is all one needs to redefine success and qualifications. Now, tonight we have none other than Holy Dave Mudhengi, the husband material and the most handsome man in town.
Wow, thank you.
Hi.
What an introduction.
I know, but you deserve it all.
I was listening and I'm like, is that me?
Oh, sure. My God. Now, first of all, you're dressed in a suit, and that's all right. I mean, that's what happens when you're a PhD student. But congratulations for the far you have come.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a long journey, and I'm happy to be on the show so that we can talk about it and get to inspire people out here. Yeah.
Kwa klasi kuelewa angle theta, basa inaketi kwa gari angle theta. Hallelujah. I have a testimony. Do you have a testimony? Kitty Mary Klein, na lean back, same dude backbench alikuwa na lean back. Hallelujah. I have a testimony. Do you have a testimony?
Good. This is a Z generation and everything is different. I have one question for you. What do you think of nerds in this time?
Nerds. Well, nerds, I think that it's not just about being nerdy. If being nerdy was the key to success, like everyone who's a nerd will be making it in life. But that's not the case. As you're saying in the introduction, you need way more than that. You need confidence, you need bravery, discipline, resilience, self-control, and all this stuff.
Everything put together.
Yes. Yeah, so it's not just about being nerdy, but if you're a nerd, good
That's
for
all right
you.
with you. Now, somebody actually said that the gravest mistake somebody can make in this day and age is to hire A materials, like students who were A materials. Would you agree with that?
I just remembered something. I was in Daystar University from my undergraduate, and one of my favorite lecturers was called Dr. Patrick Kanyi. Still is. We're still chat on WhatsApp. Right. And he said something. I was one of the students who was sitting at the back of the class along with my friends. I was doing computer science, and the A students were seated at the front, and us guys would be the jokers, making jokes and, you know, just taking everything on a light note. And one day he came around to the back and said, you know what? You see that lady who has just walked out? I won't say her name. She was on the dean's list, A material. She said, I don't think she'll make it in life. And we were like, Mwalimu, what are you saying? And he said, you see you guys at the back? You're going to form success stories. And I didn't know what he was talking about, but I think what he was talking about in retrospect is that, you know, you need to be all-rounded in life. It's not just about that grade. You need to be able to have social skills, yeah, and all these other skills that come with being a successful human being.
Right. Attitude and skill put together. Now, you are clearly a capsule of all that. But one thing that came out first before anything else was your talent in music. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Actually, you're correct, because to me, the creative side of me is what came out first. People knew me as Holy Dave, the artist trying to make it in the industry, and later, you know, the academics and the business side came later. Yeah, so you can start in any, you can be known in any side. You know, I look at guys like Richard Branson and, you know, people who take life lightly and are known for their creative side, but later on come to, you know, stun us in business.
You are the most recent sought for husband material in town, because HD's kitchen is the end thing. I mean, come on, onions, at what point do you put onions, and all these questions coming your way? How did this begin, turning this into a portfolio?
Well, two things here. I'd like to put God in this, because he's the one who gives us ideas and creativity. When I pray every day, I usually say the Lord's Prayer. And when it gets to that point where I'm asking for daily bread is not just finances. I say, give me the creativity, the health, the well-being, and also the funds that will make me live my purpose today. And so he gives me the creativity. So fast forward when curfew ilitangazwa, first day, remember that day?
I do.
Yeah, you're supposed to be home by 7 p.m., something we're not used to. I find myself in the kitchen, start making liver. I'm like, how can I translate this unproductive time to productive time and entertain people on the internet as I do it? So there I go with my phone. I cook as I record, post, cook, record, post, cook, record, post. And people start asking for that recipe for liver. The 2 days after was a Friday, I did it with chicken. I called my mom, the internet is blowing up. People are loving this. Actually, they think I'm not the one cooking. They think there's a
lady.
a pal over there cooking.
And then you just do the posting.
Yeah, so my mom tells me, you know, why don't you bake?
Yeah.
That's your, you know, that's actually my strong point. People don't know that, but I'm strong in baking than even cooking.
Then frying.
Yeah. So I made my moist chocolate cake. The next week made rolled sugar cookies. After that I made cinnamon bread. After that I made, I don't know. And my friend asked me, how are you spending 3,000 shillings a meal and you're cooking every day when there's corona and people are holding on to their funds? I said, I'm making a calculated risk and I'm investing.
Right.
So I would spend 3,000 shillings.
Returns?
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Has it come through?
It's coming through. You know, like I'm being, I have endorsement deals left, right, and center. Week 3, I started getting calls being asked for my rate card. Started submitting.
Wow.
Right now, I've worked with brands. I don't want to mention the brands on air right now, but go to my Instagram and see that. You can see that every week I'm posting at least an ad from one brand.
Wow, literally sheer energy, bravery, and creativity. But you have definitely combined it with education, which is awesome. Wow, and definitely favor from God. But
that's right.
The question in town is, man, you are a good-looking guy. I mean, seriously, your DM must be full and everywhere else. Boys your age, sorry, gentlemen your age.
Yeah.
Gentlemen your age, you'd be thinking which girl to hit next, which drink to bring in next, and you are doing all this. What is it that you think the young gentlemen out there should pick from you instead of watching series and all these other things? Yeah,
I mean, series are not bad. I don't want to belittle them, because you need time to blow steam and you know, like just relax. But I want to emphasize on working hard. You know, someone might wonder, where do you get the time to cook and do all the other things that you're doing? But you know, that's when ruthless focus comes in. That hashtag I like putting after my pictures. Ruthless focus, gang. Just working hard. You need to have a purpose, something that you're living for. Are you on earth just to do a job and get and pay bills? Yeah. But remember, you need to leave a legacy. So you need to have something that you're living for. So you need to identify your skills, talents, abilities, and make something out of them. Yeah. If you like watching series, ni sawa, just watch them. Go online, ask guys which ones are you watching.
Do reviews.
You know, do reviews.
Yeah. Do something about it. I know we hit that.
You know what I mean?
We got that right. We're good at that. All right. And that takes me to the other valuable side of you. Don't worry, I'm coming back to ask you about girls and all that. I mean, I know people want to hear that. Mudengi Foundation.
That's right.
You're Joy Mudengi's brother, the girl we all love and we all loved. What was this about? And which part of you brings out a foundation? What do you do with it?
That word I just mentioned, purpose, legacy. I mean, God forbid when I get out of the face of the earth, what are you going to remember me for when my songs have faded? Yeah, when HT's Kitchen is no
songs live
longer.
forever, by the way. Correction.
Yeah, probably.
They did.
But
We still
yeah.
remember Frank Sinatra's songs.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. But we won't remember all of them for all that time. What's my purpose on earth? What's your purpose on earth? It's more than just living for yourself, and that's where this came from, this conviction. I'm lucky enough, not lucky, privileged enough to have been given a decent education by my family, by my dad, who, we don't come from privilege as people might think. My dad, my dad's dad died when he was 4. My dad wore his first trousers like these when he was in, standard 7, 8, full trousers, not shorts, and then wore his first shoes in Form 1. He was eating squirrels. Like, my dad has survived. He got an education out of a loan that he was given by elders back in Kitui West, and he paid it when he was in college. He had ulcers because he couldn't, because of stress. Like we've come from that far, but I saw education change my dad's life at a time where he resigned because of office politics back in 1997, 98 there. My dad was told, he was not a professor, he was doctor. Daktari, your brains cannot stay in the village. And he got job offers. So I saw it change my dad and my family as a result. And I said, one day I'll do the same for other people. My dad and my brother educated me, and therefore I said that I'm going to use my privilege and my influence as a musician to raise funds for education-related needs in society. Partnered with my sister Joy, registered the Mudengi Foundation as a non-profit under the Register of Societies, and for now we have 4 or 5 programs: the Fichauchi campaign, a shout out to Billy and Ojiwa, the founder; the Be the Light it's for uniforms; the Be the Light Solar Lamps Initiative, where we've raised 224 solar lamps in Machakos. We have Uriel's Mission for stationery, Comp Moja Initiative that raises funds for computers, libraries, digital libraries, and our biggest initiative, as I finished, the Fichauchi campaign, has raised an upward of 5 million shillings. That's 5,000 uniforms for 50 schools in Kenya. So, I mean, to me, God forbid, come and see COVID, if I was to leave the earth, I think my funeral will be full, because 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 of these beneficiaries would be like, no, that guy helped,
can't be gone.
changed my life.
Yeah.
So it's purpose.
All right.
Everything.
Well, it's actually amazing that you're thinking about your funeral at this point in time. Meaning you were leaving it out actually towards
I'm just a realist.
Yeah.
My mom has taught me to speak the truth in life and
the
face life. Yeah.
The world has actually moved. We talked about creativity, and the competition out there for Kenyan children is not with books or knowledge that's driven into them through books. It's computers, it's technology, it's what innovation is all about, critical thinking. Do you think we're nearing that level of competition with the world? Are you thinking about merging that gap?
Very good question, very intelligent question. Right now, we're at a point where the Kenyan government cannot even provide basics. You know what I mean? In remote areas, which inspired the Uriel's mission, our Uriel's mission that provides stationery. We co-founded it with Sharon Baranga, who was working as a education reporter.
Yes.
Sharon goes to Samburu and sees kids writing on their lap with a
books.
stick. They don't have a book and
a pen.
We're living in that age.
My God.
And we're talking about technology. The government comes with a political, promise.
Initiative, yes.
Promise that they're going to provide tablets to who? Kids who don't have
a pen and
a
piece of paper.
Just to finish answering part B of your question, yes, we're thinking of the future. We're thinking of digital programs, and that's why we've partnered with JUZA. As you can tell, not all our initiatives are started by us. Some are partnerships,
right.
But that's how business goes.
Yeah.
So we partnered with JUZA. JUZA is a non-profit started by my friend Brian Ombagi. providing digital libraries in schools. So far, our partnership, we've been able to start 18 digital libraries. What this means is partnering and buying content from authors, and then taking digitizing it, and then uploading it, making it available on the government-provided laptops.
Right.
And as we speak, I don't know when this is coming, but we have a proposal that we just wrote to a partner, and very soon we're receiving tablets worth like 600,000 shillings,
wow,
so that they can, pump. We can pump this into our initiative.
Right, and spread out there. Wow, that's just amazing. You are, an intricate person, all woven together. But just lightly again, as we come towards the end, did you ever have an experience in your childhood that maybe was tough, challenging, something that touched you so deep that you will never forget?
My whole life has been challenging.
Come on, you were brought up in the US, so come on, can we go easy on that?
Do people know what we were doing in the US?
No, we all assume that people who are
all
abroad
assume that we were,
are
exactly.
living large.
My dad was studying. He was doing his master's. He was doing his PhD. We were kids of students who did not even have an income. They're struggling to even be able to pay rent. It's been challenge after challenge. There's a time I thought my life wasn't fair in high school. I started rebelling, and I got bad grades as a result of that. People think I'm an A student from way back. No, I was, but then I messed up my life, messed up my mind, actually failed KCSE, picked up the pieces, moved on, and now I'm doing my PhD. So I've struggled. When it comes to the music industry, a lot of cartels in the music industry that we can't even go into that story. I've struggled my whole life. I'm still even trying to make it, yeah?
But you wake up every day to strive toward where you're heading to. You don't stop.
Exactly. I don't look at the privilege, and I don't look at my struggles.
And you don't look at the struggle.
No.
You look at where you're heading.
And I don't even look at my successes. I wake up thinking I haven't achieved anything. I reset my mind and I go.
Right. This looks like a lot of psychological reset each and every day in the morning. But there's one thing I hear you hold, and you're going to tell me if that's the reason you call yourself Holy Day, because holy is literally holy, is something else. But you talk a lot about the favor of God, and most young people have not attached themselves to the favor of God. What does that mean for you? And what is the greatest or biggest miracle you have ever experienced that you felt this is tangible, real miracle?
Yes, it's two things. My success is pegged on two things. Number one, favor of God, or my faith in God, and then hard work.
All right. Because both go together.
Both go together.
What
you
do you
see,
have in your hands? That's what Moses was asking.
thank you. It's like you're reading my mind. You know, if you don't have anything in your hands, what does God bless? 0 times anything is zero. So put something in your hand. Soma kidogo. Study a bit. Start cooking a bit. Start a show, and don't be perfect. Let God
work on it.
Multiply it. But then there's an element of hard work. You can have too much faith. A lot of Christians we know, just pray a lot.
The biggest miracle.
I've seen a miracle in my studies. For me to fail KCSE and to be where I am, one of the young people who are excelling in education. For me not even being the best musician, but outlasting most of my competitors who we started with, and right now I'm here. For me, anything I touch turning to gold. Like whether it's the music, whether it's my TV career, whether it's my foundation, whether it's HD's Kitchen and other businesses that I'm doing, anything I touch turns to gold. So they're small miracles.
Those are the big miracles, actually. And finally, before we close this first section, every girl out there wants to know if you're still available. How is it with the ladies? I mean, you can literally get any lady you want. So how is that?
Is it true? I didn't know, but yeah, now I know.
No, you should Google yourself.
I should Google myself. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate the ladies and the attention that I get. As a business mind, to me, that's a competitive advantage I have. So I look at it as a strength, and I use it to play games and be able to get some good publicity out here.
You actually equated the ladies' attention to business. Ladies, you had that. You are just an element of scaling it up.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just answering it from a business perspective. Sure. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun just being on the internet and getting feedback every day. And I don't know. Have I answered it well?
No, No, you have literally avoided if you have somebody in your life, but we'll be right back with it. This is Beyond Limits. The man himself on set is Holiday Mudenge. He said everything that would make you believe in bravery, creativity, self-belief, confidence, and sheer energy. Well, we'll be right back. We're coming to ask Holiday Mudenge questions that are out of the book for him, and let's see how he handles it. Don't go too far.
Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.